Welcome back to the Base of Burnouts YouTube channel. We are going to, I think, mount amps today and try to get everything figure out where we're going to get everything put on the back of the wall. I got some loose measurements on a lithium bank I got coming. I'm afraid, though, it's going to be a tight fit. And mounting the amps on the wall right now might be a little premature, because I might have to do a little bit of finagling to get the batteries in there. But I got an idea. So I went ahead and started getting stuff done, and I thought, why am I not recording this? So, I'm even raw dogging it. I don't even have my mount for my camera, so I'm just holding you guys right now. Got you cooked. So, don't worry, my hands are cold. So I put the board across here. Of course, we're going to start, that's just to get everything kind of lined up. I don't believe this angle right here is perfectly square, because nothing in this car is perfectly square. So we're just going to go ahead and go off the bottom of the floor, and we're going to mount amps all the way across here. And then I have to figure out, since dumbass me did not label these two speaker wires, on which one is the middle sub and which one is the back sub, because some of you guys know this is for 618s and I only have 4 in, so the 2 front chambers I have blocked off right now. But I have to figure out which one's the middle sub, which one's the back sub. When you're a one-man crew, a little hard to do. I might have to call some help in here to see, and then we will look, stupid ass me. I've already mounted this upside down. I just realized that. Okay, so it's not starting out great. It's just like, wait a minute, that's upside down. Anyway, we're going to run the power wires on the bottom and speaker wires on the top. So, okay, let me put this camera down. Let me get some work done. I'll get back with you here in a minute. For me, it's going to be a while. Okay, so I'm getting too old for this stuff. Been standing up on your head, trying to get stuff. And I have this much working room right now. So luckily I can sit on the tailgate and work. But when you're doing anything down low, it's kind of hard to do. But amps are mounted. Let me squeeze in here. I think I'm going to run the long wires underneath up into this one. Same way on this side, underneath up to this one. But I don't know what these are. I got to figure out what those are. Then the short wires are going to go to here. Kind of wish I had a better method of just coming out of the box right here, the enclosure. I PL'd these in so they wouldn't leak, but you know how that is. But we'll come around, I think, right here, hook up to there. I need to find out if I have anything to kind of hold those wires down. I don't think I have anything fancy to hold wires down. What would you guys do? Would you guys just leave them dangling in the wind? Would you mount them to the enclosure? I mean, is that like I'm sitting here thinking off the top of my head, you know, I'm more of I like to work on stuff, and the more I have to disassemble to get things changed, or like say if I blow a woofer or if I want to change amps out and I'm having to take half the car apart to do it, gets a little annoying, gets a little frustrating for me. I like to be able to just take some wires loose, shuck them out, shuck them back in. I don't have time to take a whole project apart. Ooh, look, I think those have been on the charger for a while. Whoopsie. But I don't have time to spend half the day taking the vehicle apart to change some stuff. So I might just kind of tuck them in and leave them hang. Not what I really want to do, but I'll make the wires, you know, I'll cut the wires to length how I want them. And then my, like I said, my lithium's coming. It's a long pack. And it's going to go right here So all the wires, basically all the power wires are going to be behind the bank, and they're going to come out. They're going to run down here. All the positives will be probably down here. All the negatives down there. And then in a nutshell, you won't even see kind of the power wires because they'll be kind of tucked in behind the bank. But I don't know how tall the bank is. I think the bank's roughly this tall, so it might just block all those. So I don't know, but the bank's going to sit right here. And I'm afraid, you know, depending on how far the bank sticks out, we might have to come in here and do a little trimming. Boop. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Let me get these wires kind of, man, I really need some help out here. So I tested them all out with when I hooked them up, and they all tested out fine. You know how it is though. You hook one up backwards and it screws the whole process up. So, I wonder if I can get somebody over here to help me with this. All right, well, let me put you back on pause again, and I'll see what I can do. Lone wolf builds, man. That's the hardest part. People wonder why this stuff takes so long. Well, when you're doing everything yourself, it takes forever. Okay, so that took a little longer than I expected. Not quite as fast or as flexible as I used to be. So I'm kind of sticking to an old school theme here. And I'm probably using it as an excuse because I am an old school builder. This is how I used to build stuff back in the day. I won't say my my technical prowess has gotten any better in the last 25 to 30 years, but tools have gotten better. I've learned more, but you know, guys, I want to get this playing. So here she is. Sun's kind of all right. I got my father down here, and he crawled in the car, and then I was testing to see which ones were the back. I labeled them back. So I'm gonna take these off, and I'm gonna label the amps. I don't have one of the printers. I'm gonna do a little printer thing, and then label it like right here or something. You know, back, middle, back over there. But for right now, I just put the tape on there so I know which one's which. My OCD's driving me a little nuts right now because if you notice, all these are like nice, and then this one's on that side. The wire that came out of the enclosure comes around here, and it stopped right here. I could not get it to loop up. I was about 6 to 8 inches short, story of my life, of getting a perfect fit. So it had to go to the right side, but it is what it is. Like I said, this car is just about getting it playing. Like I said, we're going to put the lithium right here. Lithium's going down here. And, oh, I forgot to get this out while I was here. Let me get the one. Let's see if I can find it here. I know it's right here. Where's it at? Ah, here we go. This nice little piece of art right here. Come on, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Got this from Scott Bowman. This is going to... okay. So this is going to go... where is this going to go? Where should this go, guys? Should it go right there? It's going to make the RCA's a little tight, isn't it? Have to do a little tight turn. I don't know. Maybe to go down here and then come up. I don't know, but that's going to be mounted somewhere. I can't really mount it up here. I guess I could, but that's going to be kind of in the way. You got to remember the window's got to close too, and that's going to hit, so that's not going to work. So it's probably going to have to go down here. And then we'll run some RCAs, depending on how long. That's the one thing that's going to be, is how long the lithium pack is. So, all right. Well, just to give you a refresher, This is what the inside looks like. 4 Trinity 18 H's, 4-inch coil, and my enclosure is 20. Oh gosh, let me see if I can remember. It's like 20 cubes on the bottom, and it's 24 on the top, something like that. I'll bust my ass. The enclosure is built for 6 18s. I've only got 4 in there now. Eventually, I think I'm going to switch out these 8Ks and run like maybe, I don't know, 3 10Ks if I do another set, or if I decide to switch brand of subwoofer, maybe I can go with some 5s, or I'd really like the Sparked Innovation. I wouldn't mind trying to do a Sparked Innovation build, do 618s and do some sky high amps or something like that. I don't know. What would you guys put in there? So this is version 1. We will get this all running and going, and hopefully this summer pass out a bunch of demos, and then figure out version 2. So love you guys. Sorry it's been so long since I had any content out, but I'm still here, still plugging along, still love you. Have a good day.